Okay. I think I should be live. With the last spell. I am going to verify that I am actually live. It would seem I am. I am indeed live. Okay. Now, how can I get a link to this stream? I would like to have that. There must be a way to do that, right? I know there is, because I've done it before. That's the one. There it is. I believe this is the right link. Nope, that's not the right link at all. This one looks like the right one. Indeed, there I am. Okay. So, for anyone who comes to this in the future to see what I have done here, this is The Last Spell, a game that I rather like, and that I had an idea of an unusual way to play it a while back, where I would play the game each day, playing only one day of in-game time. And so, with that in mind, this will be day 1. And I will also be doing the tutorial for this. I hope that my microphone is not too loud. I had to replace my microphone after configuring my audio settings initially, so I'm a little worried about that. It looks too loud for sure. So let's turn that down just a little bit. Hopefully that will capture my voice just fine and not be deafening. Okay. And let's do a new campaign. War. For centuries, the world was engulfed in never-ending strife and chaos. Elves fighting dwarves, dwarves fighting humans, orcs fighting everyone. The common folk were bled dry. Misery, famine, plague. Secluded in his tower, researching forbidden magic secrets, the Archmage Hieronymus Teller made an extraordinary discovery. wild, unknown words of power to harness tremendous forces. A ritual of mass destruction, able to obliterate any city in one strike. Hoping to end all wars, he cast a spell on Glintfane, a small enemy village. A gigantic dark ball of purple flames fell from the sky and smashed into the town center, leaving only ruins, lifeless bodies, and purple fumes. The whole royal family of a neighboring kingdom was present at the time. They all died. The king, mad with grief, ordered the military to research this new magic. He made his mages unleash hell on the closest major city. Several 100,000 died. Every kingdom sought the purple magic. Alliances were set in motion. The sky was constantly flashing purple bursts. Thundering blasts were heard every hour. War was no more. Only annihilation. There was no turning back. At some point, the explosion stopped. A resounding silence. An ominous mist started to aggregate around the remaining cities. Small groups of survivors gathered. The surrounding mist was thickening. At night, they had to defend against ghastly monsters. They called them Claws. A fighter simply known as the Commander took charge. Defenses were rebuilt. Some havens emerged from the chaos. Most mages were hanged or worse in retribution. Some of them, fearing for their lives, tried to find an answer. They found a way. A spell. The last spell. They devised complex rituals to cleanse the corrupted runic nexus. The goal was simple, yet nearly impossible. Channel enough energy to break the remaining seals of magic, and banish all magic from this world, forever. But when comes the night, terrifying mutated creatures appear. They come out of the mist to kill. The survivor's only hope is to fight, night after night, and protect those mages, at any cost, until the last spell is cast. Defend the bastion of humanity with your squad of heroes, while the mages try to banish all magic, exterminate fiendish monsters by night, and rebuild your battered city defenses by day. Protect the magic circle night after night until the mages break the seal. The haven is lost if the magic circle is destroyed or if all heroes are dead. During the deployment phase, position your heroes by placing them just outside the city. The direction of incoming hordes is shown in the commander's journal, coming from the southeast, which is over here. Our heroes, we have Inez. Go right over there. Looks like a good spot, right down there. We have Carmen, who will go on this side, I guess. And as for weapons, you have a rusty hammer and an offhand wand. Carmen has a novice's wand and a rusty shield. And then Torch has a short bow. Inez is a plague doctor. She has an eagle eye and is a hemophiliac. I think that's the thing where you have trouble stopping bleeding. Carmen is a wizard. She's a straggler and is fragile. Great, okay. Moves slow and is fragile. Okay. And Torch is a noble. He is luckless, but nimble. So he's got dodge chance and minus dodge chance. Inez just has worse regen and resistance, but she can aim pretty good and has poison damage and increased health regen from the Plague Doctor thing. Perhaps she was trying to cure her own condition. I don't know. And now, end phase. And we begin night 1. During the night, repel monsters until they're all dead. Move the heroes and use their skills in any order you like. The heroes' available skills depend on the gear they have equipped. Yes, yes. Okay. Let's start with Torch. Any movement is cancelable until you cast a skill. Right, you can undo movement. You can do individual tiles of movement and then undo all of it. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So, let's start with Inez. Has a hammer, which has a melee bash. And you have Crush, which is like this. It's a 2-tile thing. That has an opportunism multiplier. I don't remember what opportunism is. Opportunism. Multiplier applied to the damage dealt to targets with negative alterations. Okay. So if they have debuffs, then Crush will hit them harder. You have Stomp, which has a chance to a stun. It does a big bonk of physical damage in the area around it, and the tile it hits is also stunned. And then your wand does Sword of Damocles, which is just a ranged attack. An undodgeable ranged attack, even better. Well, let's get you in there. Start by stomping. And then start bashing them. And then brace yourself, I guess, because none of your attacks can hit anything else. Even though you have one more action. Let's go to Carmen. Carmen has a wand, which has that Sword of Damocles, undodgeable magic attack. Has Transfer, which is give... It restores action points and move points to an ally. And gives yourself a damage buff. Oh, cool. Let's move you there, transfer. And then you also have Magic Missiles, which has multi-hits. Can be cast multiple times on the targets of your choice. So we could do like this. And then if we go back to Inez, Inez has moves again because of what I did. However, she only had enough movement to use one or more of her actions, and this gave her another action on top of that. Okay, Torch. You have Straight Arrow, range damage. Range damage intrinsically has the property of increasing enemy dodge based on distance. And then you have Power Shot, which is a close range attack that is higher damage. Tight Volley is a 2x3 area that applies reduced move speed. And Rain of Arrows doesn't require line of sight, but is bigger and has holes in it, and it's kind of hard to aim with, I believe. But it can hit 7 targets, and its damage is good. Nonetheless, let's do a Tight Volley. When you have no action points left on your heroes, or you are done with your turn, hit the End Turn button. This will trigger the Horde's turn. Action and move will be restored at the start of the next turn. Alright. We still have actions, but we can't really do anything else. So, end of the turn. Okay. Inez is getting attacked. Health and mana are not fully restored each day. Each hero's mana regen and health regen are attributes and are shown next to the health and mana indicators. When a unit's health goes under a certain threshold, they become wounded. The net inflicted negative effects are specific to the unit's type. Hover over the blood droplet icons in a unit's health bar to discover their effect. This applies to both enemies and allies. So these claws, when they're wounded, they lose move points and damage. This is a dodger. The clawers also have, well, they have their basic attack. They have 4 movement, a little bit of dodge chance, and a little bit of inaccuracy. That I'm trying to... That's what that is, right? What is that icon? Is that accuracy? Yeah, that icon is accuracy. It's dodge reduction, not accuracy reduction. Accuracy is dodge reduction. And because these things have negative accuracy, it's actually easier to dodge them than normal. And then there's the dodgers. A dodger enemy type has a higher chance to dodge, of course. And wounding them reduces their dodge chance, in addition to reducing their movement and damage. Okay. It's been some time since I played this game, and I don't think I was particularly good at it in the first place. So, some refreshers are needed. And then you have a wand. Let's hit that guy. Yeah, nice. And also you have armor. Armor, which regenerates every turn, but health only regenerates every day. Okay. Yep. I should know better than to use ranged damage on the dodgers. I think that's a sports team, right? Couldn't tell you which sport, though. Oh, let's keep you further back. Yeah. End the turn. More enemies. Select enemies to see their skills, attributes, and where they might move on the next turn. Press left alt to see where all enemies might move. Ah, I definitely forgot about that feature. Okay. Very nice. And these are just regular clawers, not the dodgers. So they could be range damaged just fine. And then Carmen is going to start blasting. And right, your Sword of Damocles has limited uses. All your skills have limited uses, but yeah. Just punch that guy to death, and then back off. End of the turn. There are only 24 remaining enemies. Any enemy within your haven or damaging its buildings and walls will cause panic. At the end of the night, the panic level determines your rewards. So it is important to reduce panic whenever possible, to continue getting good stuff night after night. And now, back away. And now Inez can come in and start finishing them off, probably. Actually, wait, let's have... Carmen is further away, so let's, I didn't mean to shoot that guy twice. Whoops. And let's back up, end the turn. The sun is beginning to rise, and the last few enemies have arrived. These abilities also use mana, which only regenerates each day, so I need to be a little bit cautious in how frequently I use those. That's the blue number above the skills, where the orange number is just the action cost, of course. And then just this last guy, blast him. And that's the end of the first night. Continue. We got some rewards. Night 1 we got an S rank, plus gold and materials, and an item. The mist encroaches from behind as well. During the production phase, you can rebuild the haven and enhance your heroes. The Commander's Journal serves as a reminder of everything you can do. Multiple resources are available in your haven. Gold is used for building structures and buying equipment, while materials are used for defenses. Workers are used to trigger the active abilities of some buildings and will replenish each day. Yes, I am familiar with this. Now let's get our team back into the city so I can just keep track of them a bit better. And how do I zoom in? I think I can use the scroll wheel, but my scroll wheel on my mouse is a bit finicky. All the same, this is probably where I want to end for now. And pick this up tomorrow as per my original plan. And if I'm understanding this right, this will be archived here, so anybody who sees this in the future, who learns of my task in the future, can come back and look at this. So that will be all.